I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good morning, Dayo Samuel. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
I'm doing very, very fine. It's good to be here today.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to have you, my friend. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm presently in Ogun State in Nigeria, actually at the outskirts of Lagos State in Nigeria.
Oh, cool. The episode before you is going to be someone from Johannesburg. How amazing is that, right? So tell us, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time, Dayo?
The major talent that's responsible for us connecting at this point is the talent of me being able to speak, particularly being able to use my voice to influence change around the world through the vehicle of podcasts. So we are connected basically right now on the basis of me doing podcasts right now.
Yeah. And you do an amazing job. The name of your podcast, Audacity2Lead. Yeah? Pretty amazing stuff going on there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So who did you learn the skill of podcasting from?
Well, in 2012, it happened I was reading a book somewhere in Benue State, Makurdi, Nigeria, which is like a lot of states away from where I stay now. And I was reading a book, and inside the book I saw a name. The name that I saw was Michael S. Hyatt, the publisher or the CEO of Thomas Nelson Publishers. So I decided to check this guy up on Google, and I landed on his site. And the first page that I landed on happens to be a podcast episode. So when I clicked play and it's played, I began to think within me that so it's possible for somebody to actually sit down in a corner of the world and actually be speaking such that people across the world can listen to him. That day, the seed of podcasting was sown in me, and I decided I was going to start my own podcast. 2 years later, in 2014, I started my podcast called Audacity2Lead. So between 2012 and 2014, I had gone through several books, several programs, Cliff Ravenscraft, John Lee Dumas, what's his name, Dave Jackson, reading them, learning from them. At a point, I even got good to great by the founder of Podcast Movement. So all through that time, it was plenty of learning. It was a lot of learning. And so when I started my podcast, it was easier for me to apply the things I've learned. And eventually, 6 months down the line, people began to ask me to teach them what I know. So I began to think through the things that I've learned over the years, and I began to distill them into a unique system that I now begin to teach people. And that was what led to the Nigeria Podcast Network, which I now lead, which is a community of over 3,600 members.
Wow, I got chills with that story. Wow. All from one click. Well, a few clicks then. Wow, that is amazing. Wow. So you've definitely seen the value of what you do what can happen when you do plant seeds, right? Why will you continue to repeat the skills of planting seeds and the thing you desire?
Well, I will continue to plant seeds simply because when there is rain, plants grow further. But then when the plants actually live on dew, and dew falls every single day. But rain doesn't happen every single day. Rain is just once in a while. But if you plant a seed and expect dew to fall every single day, it means that over time, compound effect will take its effect. So I plant seeds simply because I'm aware that I can orchestrate and harvest. And so between seed and harvest, I know all it matters is just time. So I plant seeds regularly right now because I know that one day somewhere there's going to be massive harvest resulting from the several dews that are falling on the seeds that I planted.
I love that. Wow. All right. So tell us, Dayo, one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
One of the things I've done consistently over the 3 years is to develop my mental capacities. And by saying mental capacity, I'm referring to having to read having to visualize regularly. I remember yesterday morning, the moment I woke up, I sat down for like 1 hour. I was visualizing the kind of results I want from a particular project I'm embarking on. And so over the years, I've read, over the years, I've visualized, over the years, I've told myself very positive internal stories, because the thing that matters is every single moment in our lives, we are telling ourselves something. Sometimes we are using what we tell ourselves to actually harm ourselves and sabotage ourselves. So that's one of the things I've learned in the last 3 years of having started the podcast. And one other thing that I may say is to consistently put out valuable, original content.
How does it make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel great knowing that I'm doing something to change someone's life somewhere.
Why would you suggest, Dayo, to someone listening that they do what you've done? Specifically, I like the idea of the visualization.
The reason why I would recommend to persons listening to me right now, if you're listening to me right now, what I recommend when it comes to visualization, to touch on it a little briefly from my background in neuroscience, our brain seems to capture pictures more than it does capture words. So when you sit down and travel mentally to a result you are looking forward to, now the brain, particularly the amygdala within the brain, doesn't know what is real or what is fake, what is real or what is imagined. So when you visualize like that, closing your eyes, settling down to visualize like that, your brain actually records as something that's already happening. And so by reason of visualization, you are actually putting yourself in the experience you are looking forward to. So instead of your brain seeing it as something that's going to happen, it's seeing it as something that is presently happening. And if you maintain that state of mind, you'll see that it gives you motivation, it gives you bump, it helps you to actually go after the things that matter to you in getting to that thing that you've visualized.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live here from Dayo Samuel. He is the podcast host of Audacity2Lead. Do check that out. Again, you're doing Audacity, the number 2, and lead. Well, Dayo, let's switch gears for a moment and let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful warm blue Caribbean water. Dayo, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory, would it be of good or of bad? Let me be clear about that.
It could be any which one you choose, whichever is the earliest. We're good.
Okay, let me talk of the good and let me talk of the bad. Let me start with the bad so that I can use the good to wipe it away. When I was very small, I remember that I used left hand. Of course, I still use the left hand till today. That is, I am what they call southpaw. So I used left hand, and those days they were trying to change my left hand, and then I became dull. I couldn't perform at the maximum that I used to perform. Now, once they were able to allow me to use my left hand, allow me to do that, my performance went up the roof. So that's one thing I could remember. Then also I can remember that when I used to be small, I wanted to be a dancer. Because I used to dance to Michael Jackson, dance to some local songs here, and I used to enjoy myself because that was creating plenty of memories for me. And looking back today, I still dance and still have plenty of fun, because the truth is we'll become more of who we want to be when we put ourselves in a fun mode, when we're not too serious with what we're trying to do. Yeah. So that's
amazing. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture? Oh, before I ask, please tell me, why do you think this memory is so clear?
Now I'm trying to think of an answer for that. Why is this memory so clear? Well, maybe because I have some personal meanings from those memories. Because lately I've been revisiting old memories just to remember the things that have happened in my life. So maybe that's one of the reasons why the memory is clear right now.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Okay.
I love the idea of what it can look like when your specific skill is held back. Now, yes, at that time it may have been something that seemed bad, but at the same time, it's the thing that, fascinatingly enough, created a strength in you. Not just to know that this is the thing that will be better for you, but to know that if you stopped, if you did not have the audacity to do what you needed to lead, then so many others, starting with yourself, would not have been able to create the impact that you do now. And well, the dancing part, well, that's a given, right? Like, it has to be fun, right? It has to be fun, as you said. Right. So I love how that connects to who you are now, Dayo.
Thank you. I love the connection you just made. I've not seen it that way before, so I'm glad that you actually did that. Thank you.
You are welcome. You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12 years old, I think it should be maybe Michael Jackson's Black or White, if I can remember clearly. That should be, doesn't matter whether you're black or white.
Ooh, love it. Ooh, well, we don't have to say how that connects, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed, right? All right, Dayo.
I like that.
All right, Dayo. Well, we have arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Dayo?
Dayo. Let's go.
Dayo, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Right now, no.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Not yet.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Do I have what?
An inner circle of friends.
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
In the last 1 year, I've not seen a TV for 2 hours, so no.
Wow. And what about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 hours or less than 8 hours a day?
More than 8 hours a day.
If you, Dayo, had to share with us a statement that represents who you are, your own unique real statement, what would you say that is?
The audacity to lead your life and business in the direction that matters most to you.
Dayo, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Absolutely nothing other than what I've said so far.
Well, Dayo, this has been a great pleasure, my friend. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.